Q is using to make it more expensive for it to run, and it is not running away from any cost cutting. It's not doing any cost cutting. In fact, we need to investigate more.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am of the contrary opinion, Mr. Speaker. The challenges in KQ are systemic.
Honorable Member for KO South. This is not a debate. This is a statement.
I'm just giving a small background.
You are standing either to seek a clarification or nothing.
Okay, allow me 1 minute, Mr. Speaker, to just give a clarification.
What are you clarifying? You are not the respondent to the question.
I'm not a shareholder. Okay, Mr. Speaker.
If it's in your opinion that Kenya is very good, you have no question to ask.
No, it's not good. But yes. I wanted to say the challenges that, you know.
Ask Dawood the question.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Maybe some information to the chair. Maybe some information to Dawood, Mheshimiwa. If it is allowed. Let me proceed. Mr. Speaker, if you compare KQ with other airlines, airline business requires a lot of investment. The Ethiopian Airways we talk about, look at how much money the government of Ethiopia has invested in terms of equipment, in terms of the airport. If we look at Qatar Airways and the partnership they have together with Rwanda Air was collapsed. Qatar Airways has invested money. Now it's getting up. If you look at airlines in Africa, look at South African Airways.
Honorable Kimayo, you are definitely the only stranger in Jerusalem. Take your seat. You are the only stranger in Jerusalem. Take your seat. Ruto.
Thank you, Chair. Allow me to take also a moment to weigh in to the request by the mover of the statement that the committee should relook at that particular statement.
Kimayo, do you live in Kenya? Go and read a book by Chinua Achebe called The Trouble with Nigeria. Go on.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. The trouble within KQ and KQ operation, as rightly said, I would wish to invite the committee probably also to study America. We've been traveling, and if you go to the United States, not even a single airline that the state is owning. All the airlines are run by private citizens, and America is doing well in the states and outside the states. And they are doing well. They have never come down. For this one that the Kenyan government has been pumping every now and then resources. To me, I think the committee should also evaluate and tell us, is there any more profiting for government to own 40% or 48%? To be struggling, putting control, interfering with governance issues, putting up people who have no interest of the business, but people have other interests because they are coming, quote unquote, from the government point of view. It is time we need to agree. The other day we were discussing the issue of privatization. If the government cannot reduce their shares to normal investment level, and then allow private people with business concept and mind and entrepreneurial aspect so that they can be able to run this business, we ensure that it is effective in operation, serves the country well, connects Kenya to the other world, and makes profits, retains employment, creates opportunities, and then reduce the other resources to other opportunities to develop the country. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Kamkunji, Hassan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to speak on the statement made by Honorable Dawood. I think Kenya Airways has serious problems that can only be redone or redeemed by a serious reform or change. And to a certain extent, it appears that is not happening. It is a bottomless pit. It's not because it is state-owned or it is partly private. There are many airlines in the world that are partly owned in partnership. It simply means it does not have the right management and organizational mentality to survive in the competitive environment of airlines that we have. For example, 3 times in the last 3 or 4 months, I've been traveling with Kenya Airways from Amsterdam and from London. And both occasions, they canceled when we had checked in without any explanation. If you are going to run an airline like that, there is no question that you are going to fail. So I want to add my voice to the other speakers to say that we should stop funding Kenya Airways. We should cut our costs and let it go private or let it go down so that a new airline that can serve the Kenyan public can come into its place. Because Nairobi is a central hub, is a regional hub, it's an African hub. Unless we are going to have a great airline like Ethiopian Airlines, we're never going to be a competitive country. Our airports are not served very well because of the weakness of Kenya Airways. We're not competitive enough. So Kenya Airways is taking down the development of Kenya's aviation industry. It is taking down Kenya's tourism industry. And it's a high time that we move forward so that we can reestablish Nairobi as the international African hub. It should be.
Point made. The last one, Robert Mbui.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, Mr. Speaker, one of the pillars of business is basically customer service. And I think one of the problems that KQ has is customer service. And Speaker, for customer service, we need to interrogate how they train their workers. Mr. Speaker, you know, the Parliamentary Service Commission is actually one of the biggest customers of KQ.
True.
Now, when we have a case like the one we had recently of a member that is living with disability on a wheelchair, left at the airport and they've traveled with his wheelchair, that totally is unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, I want to remind you that when you were the leader of minority in the Senate, you went to Kenya Airways to take a flight from Nairobi to Mombasa. Not even an international flight. But they refused to allow you to board because you did not have your identity card. They knew you, they saw you.
I didn't have the identity, but I had their platinum card with me.
You had your platinum card, you had, I mean, they every day, they even could recognize you. But they refused to allow you to, what kind of PR is that?
Yes.
What kind of customer service is that? Yes. I think KQ needs to train their staff a lot better, otherwise they'll keep going down like Yusuf has said. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Daud.
Mr. Speaker.
Daud, hold. Let me give the last one to Rindikiri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What I see in KQ, Mr. Speaker, is poor management expenses controls. Mr. Speaker, the issue that we are witnessing at KQ is purely because of management is not able to control the expenses. And if you look at the ratio of management, it is beyond the acceptable international standard of that 5%. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Kirima.
Another commodity, there's two.
Order, Honorable Kirima. You're obviously not listening. He was saying they don't have... Kirima, you're obviously not listening. He was saying they don't have enough cargo planes. He didn't say they don't have any cargo planes. He said they don't have enough cargo planes. He didn't say they don't have any cargo planes. Those are two different things. Can you finish? Why not?
yes, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Kilema is blind and is ignorant that Bode constituency produces a lot of flowers in this country. So I know I have more information than him. Mr. Speaker, I am saying, because we have certain route that KQ used to work so much on air travel, and it look at east.
You've heard what your colleagues are saying.
Yes, Mr.
You
Speaker.
see the variance with what you read to the House?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I understand what my colleagues and Honorable Maundu required. And Mr. Speaker, it's not that I do not know about Kenya Airways when I was, and then even the banks, they could not be paid. They were converted into shareholder loans. Regarding the equipment, what Honorable Kainan has talked about, I could probably agree halfway, but Mr. Speaker, the main problem has been forex hedging in the fuel. But we have, as a committee, invited Kenya Airways next to yourself, Mr. Speaker. Or the clerk, so that they can come either on Tuesday or on one or two other members, unless the Speaker...
Honorable Dawood, what you do, you pick the Hansard, read what Dawood, what you do, you pick the Hansard, read what your colleagues have said. It's a total variance with the statement you read to the House. In fact, I don't know whether you are reading a statement about Kenya Airways. So go back and get a response taking into account all the interventions we have received on the floor, and bring a statement on Thursday. No, Thursday is the State of the Nation address. Bring a statement on Wednesday afternoon.
Mr. Speaker, I would request
Yes.
the statement to come after our meeting with Kenya Airways with the questionnaire.
When are you meeting Kenya Airways?
We are meeting most probably either on Tuesday or Thursday. We're just waiting.
So you bring the following Tuesday.
Yes, that's what I would
And you
request.
invite Honorable Maungu to attend your meeting to interrogate them.
Mr. Speaker, I would even go further to request that we be allowed to use the county hall if there are other members who
Permission
want.
granted. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, can I now read the other statement?
Zamzam, yes.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Zamzam had asked four questions. The report on, and she's got them already. Can I go to straight the answers? Yes. Honorable Speaker, the committee received a response from the Ministry of Roads and Transport through the Clerk of the National Assembly, which I wish to make. Regarding the report on the current operational status of the ferries in use at Likoni and Mutongwe Channel, including the safety audit reports conducted in the last 12 months, the ministry submitted that Kenya Ferry Services currently operates a fleet of 5 ferries at the Likoni Channel: MV Safari, MV Jambo, MV Likoni, MV Kwale, and MV Harambe. A 6th ferry, MV Nyayo, is currently out of service for long-term maintenance program and dry docking. Honorable Speaker, the detailed operational status of each ferry is as follows. MV Safari, which is 4 years old, and it's operational with expected dry docking in January 2026. MV Jambo, 7 years old, it's fully operational, and we expect the prow and hull repairs and replacement of propulsion engines by March 2026. MV Likoni, it's 14 years old, operational with all machinery functioning, recently underwent prow and hull repairs in May 2025, awaiting dry docking for underwater hull painting. MV Kwale, 14 years old, operational throughout the year. A tender has been awarded to Kenya Shipyards Limited for its upcoming structural and hull repairs. MV Harambe, 34 years old, operational and considered the most reliable for large vehicles and trailers. It is first in line for dry docking in the current financial year, with work scheduled to begin. It should have begun on 4th of August 2025. The vessel is due for decommissioning and replacement. And the last one is MV Nyayo, 34 years old. It's non-operational, undergoing long-term maintenance. Honorable Speaker, regarding upgrades, several measures are underway in the current financial year, including the repair and maintenance of firefighting systems on all operational ferries, 2, procurement of prow repairs for MV Jambo and MV Harambe, 3, acquisition of new propulsion engines for MV Jambo and new propellers for MV Harambe and MV Likoni, 4, dry docking of MV Likoni, Harambe, Safari and Jambo. 6, regarding the immediate measures the Ministry of Roads and Transport has undertaken to address the current state of ferry services at Likoni and Mutongwe crossings. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry has implemented both short-term and long-term measures. The short-term measures include strategic deployment of larger ferries, MV Jambo and Safari, for pedestrians and smaller ferries, MV Kwale and Likoni, for vehicles to manage increased pedestrian traffic. 2, conducting regular maintenance of existing ferry fleet. And 3, deploying police officers to assist in crowd control at the terminals. The long-term measures include acquisition of 1 new ferry expected to be delivered in April 2026, development of traffic circulation plan, which includes improving waiting bays and expanding ramps, and constructing a modern pedestrian holding bay on Likoni side. 3, implementation of socio-economic programs to reduce congestion, such as developing a special economic zone to provide alternative employment, establish a market in Likoni to serve local residents, upgrading Likoni sub-county to attract commercial services and reduce the need for cross-channel travel. 7, regarding an explanation on why the new emergency and safety equipment, including life jackets, life buoys, and other essential tools ordered by the government have not yet been delivered or commissioned, and indicate when they shall be deployed at the ferry terminals. Honorable Speaker, the authority maintains that all ferries are equipped with requisite life-saving appliances, LSAs, including life jackets, life buoys, and rigid life rafts. In the procurement of safety and periodic process, aging equipment is regularly disposed of and replaced based on identified shortages. There is no single delayed order for equipment. Instead, the authority engages in ongoing procurement to ensure a constant state of readiness. New equipment is deployed as soon as it is procured through the routine cycle. Regarding the steps taken by the ministry to ensure modernization of the ferry services and construction of alternative crossings to decongest and ensure safety of persons, the Likoni and Mutongwe ferry crossings. Honorable Speaker, the strategy for modernization and improvement. Improvement of ferry services, developing a traffic circulation plan with improved infrastructure such as segregated traffic lanes and modern matatu terminals. Replacing 3 old ferries with new modern vessels, with the first one expected in April 2026. conducting continuous maintenance and upgrades of the existing fleet. Diversion of traffic. The operationalization of Dongokundu bypass, this has already diverted over 60% of the 6,000 vehicles that previously used to use the Likoni crossing. Implementing the Likoni aerial cable car project. Once completed, this project is expected to divert an average of 180,000 people daily. I will repeat that. Implementing the Likoni aerial cable car project. Once completed, this project is expected to divert an average of 180,000 people daily. Construction of Mombasa Gate Bridge. This future project will provide an additional crossing option, further diverting vehicles from the ferry service. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the Ministry assures the House that the ferries in operation are in good condition and are adequately insured. The Ministry is committed to the safety, efficiency and modernization of the ferry services and the surrounding transport infrastructure. I read this on behalf, Honorable Speaker, I submit on behalf of Honorable G.K. Karaoke, Chairman, Departmental Committee of Transport and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Honorable Daud. Zamzam.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, sijaridhika na majibu yake Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu hata hii MV Safari, MV Jambo ambao anasema iko sawa, ukienda hata sasa hivi Mheshimiwa Spika, zile stairs zote zimeisha. Watu wakikanyaga mnapata mguu umeingia ndani, mtu aweza kwa ndani ya maji. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, ambao walikuwa wamesema inanunuliwa, kila tukija kuuliza hapa bungeni huwa wanakuja wanakuambia 2025 tarehe fulani, mwezi fulani. Sasa leo amsukuma paka 2026 wakati ambapo pesa zilishatolewa za kununua feri Mheshimiwa Spika. Na Mheshimiwa Spika pia amezungumzia juu ya zile barabara ambazo zatumiwa na magari. Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati feri inasimama ukienda pale utasikitika. Wananchi wanatumia barabara ya gari na gari pia zinaondoka, kunaweza tokea ajali kubwa pale sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo ni vizuri na ni jukumu la wale ambao wanahusika pale wahakikishe barabara ya wananchi iwe inatumiwa na wananchi, lakini sio kuja kutuelezea ndio barabara imetengezwa lakini wanaruhusu pia wananchi wanapita pale, malori yanapita pale, yaweza ikatokea ajali kubwa sana pale ndani ya feri. Kisha wakati feri hasa wakati wa jioni watu wanajazwa sana Mheshimiwa Spika ndani ya feri moja. Unapata watu wamejaa mpaka wamesimama kwa ramp. Ile ramp wakati mwingine huwa inateguka. Ikiteguka inaweza kumwaga watu baharini Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi nataka kusema kamiti ambayo inashughulika na mambo haya, ndugu yangu Rahim na wenzake, wahakikishe kuwa wanaleta habari ambazo ni za sawa katika bunge hili, kuhakikisha kuwa wananchi wa Mombasa hasa wanaotumia kivuko cha feri wako salama pale kwenye feri Mheshimiwa Spika. Jambo lingine amezungumzia juu ya Dongokundu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna tetesi kubwa sana pale Dongokundu. Magari ambayo wanatuma kupitia upande ule wanataka kuanza kulipisha. Kuna mtu amekaa pale alipishe magari kwenda upande wa pili. Mheshimiwa Spika, Kenya nzima barabara zimejengwa, Thika Super Highway, mabarabara mengine, kwengine hawalipishi. Kwa nini wakazi wa Mombasa na wapwani waweze kuanza kulipishwa kutumia barabara ambao wametumiwa kujengwa na ushuru wao? Ikiwa feri wanataka pesa, waangalie barabara magari ambayo yanapita pale walipishe kama kawaida pale. Lakini Dongokundu kama mama county wa Mombasa, siwezi kuwa radhi kuona kuwa watu wangu wanalipishwa pesa kuvuka upande wa Dongokundu kwenda upande ule mwingine. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naomba Mheshimiwa Rahim na kamati yako muweze kuangalia, na hata wale ambao wanasema wanataka kupanua ile barabara kutoka ndani ya feri kwenda. Kuna wale ambao walikuwa na maduka yao pale, kuna wanabiashara walikuwa pale, wengi hawajahusishwa katika jambo hili. Na juzi walitaka kufanya maandamano, mimi nikasema hapana, wacha hili ni swala ambalo nitakuja kuliuliza ili muweze kupata haki yenu. Ikiwa kuna kitu kinataka kufanyika na serikali, tunajua miundo misingi ni lazima ili serikali ya Kenya ama Kenya iweze kupendeza. Lakini wale ambao wataathirika lazima waitwe kwenye meza ya mzunguko waweze kupewa na wao haki yao. Hata mtu akitoka pale anajua biashara yangu imevunjwa lakini naenda sehemu nyingine. bungeni, lakini wasipohusishwa ndo tunaanza kuletea president makosa ambayo hata hajui hana. Kwa hiyo mimi nakuomba ndugu yangu ambao wako kwenye kamiti hii muweze kufuatilia hili jambo, muhakikishe kuwa hizi feri MV Jambo pia stairs zake ni mbaya, watu wakipanda wanadondoka kwa maji. Hatutaki hizo story kabisa. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Rahim. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you know, when you listen to Mheshimiwa Zamzam and how fluent she is in Swahili, we tend to get lost at times in her very good Swahili. But I really wanted
reminds you of a book by Shaban Robert called Wasifu Wasidi bin Saad.
Hey. Hicho sijasoma. So let me not even attempt to say what I wanted to say in Swahili, Honorable Speaker. And even as Honorable Rahim responds, because the Dongokundu bypass is a very critical link to link the mainland and the south coast, rather the south coast and the island of Mombasa. But we also have the ferry connection. And you know, Honorable Speaker, the policy that government was pursuing in the construction of many of these bypasses is to create convenience and especially to serve the tourism sector in the south coast. But for the locals, and you will realize, Honorable Zamzam, many of the people who traverse between the island and the mainland in the south coast, the bulk of the population uses the ferry because it's shorter for them. So I was really pleading that for us as leaders, we need also to be informed by the policy that the government is trying to pursue to ensure, one, that you create those alternative routes, but where it is possible to toll these roads, because they are huge capital-intensive investments that the people of Kenya are making in creating many of these bypasses. That is why you see the expressway. We pay to use the expressway because we have the alternative of the old Mombasa